High School Sports Day coverage of spring sports, including high school baseball and high school softball here on WMBS. Being brought to you by Little E's El Ultra, Sandy Howe Notary Services, Gary's Auto Sales, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Zen's Construction Warehouse, M&R Transit, Bright Stripe Steel Coating and Line Striping, Applebee's, Dr. Paul Hartley at Preferred Primary Care Physicians, the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes, Target Safety Solutions, NovaCare Rehabilitation with offices in Uniontown and Masontown, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Watson Mundorf LLP, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, Uniontown Detailing, Shop and Save, Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, Ford of Uniontown, Stewart Collision, Casey Sports Cafe, Movement Physiotherapy, Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, Potter's Bar and Grill, Montgomery Medical, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, and by Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
From Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school baseball action on WMBS, the WMBS YouTube page, and the South Union Township Sports Network as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs host the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed, and Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. And Gary, a little bit of a delayed start. We were expected to get underway at 4 o'clock. Had a rain shower move through and a couple of sprinkles still in the air, but they're hoping to get this game underway around 4:30 this afternoon.
Yes, looking at the radar, looks like the blue skies are going to prevail, so we shouldn't have any problem getting the game in. And the teams are going to have to go back out and do a little bit more warm-up, some manicuring work along the field. The pitching mound and batter's box are both covered, so that should not be a problem. And I know both teams are very much want to get this game in because it's an important game for both teams.
And you have more rain in the forecast later on this week as well, so better to try to get this game in today. Albert Gallatin 1-8 overall, 0-7 in conference play. Laurel Highlands 2-7 overall, 1-4 in the conference. Mike Smith in his second year as the head coach of the Mustangs. Tony Watson, the former Bell Vernon coach, now coaching the Albert Gallatin Colonials. And the Mustangs got their first conference win of the season yesterday, Gary, scoring 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning, rallying back to defeat the Colonials 8-7.
You're right, and the Mustangs have shown throughout the season that they do have the ability from time to time to put up some runs. They have a lot of young players, as we've said continuously throughout the season, but they do have the ability to put the ball in play. They have some power, shown some long ball ability, and on the other side, just a little bit of snake bitten by Albert Gallatin as we see the rain start to come back down a little heavier.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll see what that does to our scheduled start time here today, with it starting to come down again. But the skies are looking blue, so that's certainly a good sign. And if you look right now at the Section 2 4A standings, you have West Mifflin currently undefeated at 5-0. The Mustangs will see the Titans in a 2-game series next week. We'll have both games for you here on our WMBS platforms. Bell Vernon sitting at 6-1. Elizabeth Ford at 4-1. Right now, Ringgold holding down the 4th and final playoff spot in the conference at 3-4. The Mustangs will have their final conference series of the year against the Rams in early May. Uniontown just a half game back at 2-4. The Red Raiders playing non-conference games this week. Laurel Highlands, after their win yesterday over Albert Gallatin at 1-4. The Colonials a long way to go, sitting at 0-7. In conference play. But certainly, Gary, one of the bright spots for the Mustangs this season has been freshman Ramari Morgan, who's batting .429 with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. Morgan has saw some time on the mound as well this season for Laurel Highlands. He's going to make his first start of the season here this afternoon.
And we've seen him on the mound, and he does have some good velocity from the pitching mound, and we talked about the power that he has. He's knocked the ball out of the park several times this year, and putting him in that number 3 spot in the lineup really allows him to produce a lot of RBIs. And he has come through even as a freshman. And looking down that Mustang lineup, they have a lot of ability, some bats that have shown throughout the years that they can produce in Noah Lyons, Sevi Vecchiola, and then backed up by those freshmen and sophomores. Even down at the bottom of the lineup, Jack Johns provides a great bat in the 9 spot.
We're hoping this rain gets out of here and we can play some high school baseball on a Tuesday afternoon. Laurel Highlands taking on Albert Gallatin. They're about to lay some diamond dry down. We'll try to get this field dried and ready for a start around 4:30 this afternoon. And when our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues, we'll talk to Laurel Highlands head coach Mike Smith here on WMBS Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from a parking garage.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse. Our surplus, your savings.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amador Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3943.
Or
hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust. See Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3944.
Prime Rozak back here on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. High school baseball on WMBS this afternoon. The Albert Gallatin Colonials at Laurel Highlands taking on the Mustangs, being joined now by the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, Mike Smith. And Mike, what a huge win yesterday over Albert Gallatin. Your Mustangs used 5 runs in the top of the 7th inning to rally back for an 8-7 win to really get you back right on track.
Yeah, it was a nail biter to the end. It's hard to put into words how excited I was for the boys to never quit and come back. We preach that all the time, that you never know what happens when you put the ball in play. We took a lead early in the game, and credit to Albert Gallatin, they came right back. They put the ball in play. Their guy pitched really well. But our kids never quit, and we pulled it out in the end.
And certainly if you get a win here this afternoon, right back in the section race.
Yeah, and that's our goal, obviously. We start out with some pretty tough teams, but now I think we're a little bit used to more section play now, and our kids are kind of feeling a little more confident, obviously, with the win. And like you said, we get this win today, it puts us right back in it to get up for that playoff spot.
And we've talked a couple of times this year about how young your team is this season, but how big has freshman Ramari Morgan been to have a freshman come into the lineup with the numbers he's put up so far this season? Pretty impressive.
Oh, it's huge. Ramari's a great player, and hopefully he has a bright future ahead of him here. He loves the game. He competes. He plays hard. He's still a freshman, but he doesn't play like a freshman. He's confident in the things that he does, and actually we're going to start him on the mound today to give him his first start as a pitcher for the season.
Yeah, and he's done a nice job in relief when he's got some opportunities this year as well for you.
He has. And, as a freshman, we kind of break him in a little bit in the relief role, but I think it's time for him to step up and hopefully give us a good outing today.
Coach, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see you out there this afternoon.
All right, Brian, I'll see you there, buddy.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Mike Smith will set the batting lineup for Albert Gallatin and the defense for Laurel Highlands when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after
Bright
this.
Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090 or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Martin Law. If you were injured in an accident, don't know where to turn, and want to know what your rights are, we'd be happy to meet with you. We're local and have helped hundreds of people here in Fayette County recover in accident cases. Most importantly, we pride ourselves on being able to locate coverage or find claims that other attorneys may have missed. Call us about your case at 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Martin Law, your local injury attorney.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
As we get back to Landman Field.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
As we get back to Landman Field here in Laurel Highlands High School, good news, Gary, the sun's back out.
Yeah, it's going to be a great evening as we are just about ready for the start of the action. Little groundskeeping going on here, some dry being put on the field, some dragging of the field by the coaching staff and the players. It's nice to see they are participating in that process, and cleaned off the pitching mound. Looks like it's dry. The home plate now is being unveiled, so we're going to be ready for action here not too long.
Albert Gallatin will be batting first here in the top half of the first inning. Why don't you set their lineup, Gary?
Sure thing. Leading off for Albert Gallatin, number 1, Evan Weekland. He'll be playing second base. Batting second, number 21, Canyon Sutton. He's at third base. Batting third, the number 2, Caden Brady. He plays first base. In that cleanup spot, number 3, Caden Perez. He's the left fielder. In the fifth spot, number 20, Mason Usher. He's in right field. Number 7, Ben Lilly is in the sixth spot. He's the catcher. In the seventh spot, number 5, Clay Smith. He will be playing shortstop. Designated hitter in the eighth spot, number 4, Colton Chips. And in the ninth spot, number 11, playing center field, Nico Edwards.
Why don't you set that defense for Laurel Highlands while you're at it?
Absolutely. In the left field, Nick Crouch, number 4, is out in left. Center fielder, Aiden Milsom. And number 5, Jack Johns, is in right field. Around that infield, number 15, Andrew Irwin at third base. Number 7, Noah Lyon at shortstop. Number 30, Andrew Gallick at second base. And at first base, number 1, Sevi Vecchiola. On the mound, as we said earlier, Ramari Morgan, number 28. And behind the plate, number 37, Braylon Shook.
And for Morgan, this will be his 4th appearance of the season. Has not factored in any decisions yet. This will be his first start. Has pitched 8 innings, given up 8 hits, 6 runs, only 2 of them earned. Struck out 8 and walked 6 so far this season. A pretty good 1.75 ERA, Gary.
Yeah, that's not bad. And we'll see how he can, how far he can go tonight's game. I'm sure that they have a plan for him to probably not go more than maybe 80 pitches, as he has not had that opportunity so far this season. So Coach Smith, I'm sure, has a pitch limit on him.
We'll get some final scores from yesterday. We'll start up in 5A, where Connellsville with a solid win, 11-1 in 5 innings over McKeesport. Section 2, 4A final scores. I told you about Laurel Highlands come from behind 8-7 win over Albert Gallatin. Bell Vernon at home able to knock off Elizabeth Forward 9-3, and it was West Mifflin doubling up Ringgold 2-1 as the Titans remain unbeaten in conference play.
That's a little bit of a shocker there. It's only 2-1, and West Mifflin, has dominated so far this year. So it shows that any team can pretty much come into a game and pull off a victory.
And we'll see the Mustangs and the Titans next week, Monday under the lights at 7 o'clock. That game likely YouTube only if we have some other conflicts on the air, like a Penguins playoff game. And then Tuesday's game, 4 o'clock here at Mustang Field, both on the radio and on YouTube. Other finals from yesterday down in 3A, Brownsville losing at McGuffey by a score of 6-2. Was Keystone Oaks 3, Charleroi 2. That game in 8 innings, and Waynesburg a 4-2 win over Seton LaSalle. Down in 2A, Section 1, California knocking out Bentworth 10-6, and Burgettstown defeating Bent Center 5-1. Section 1, 1A games yesterday as well. It was Greensburg Central Catholic 10 and Carmichael's 2. Jefferson Morgan an 8-4 win over West Green, and Avella defeating Jeanette by a score of 6-4. And a lot of similar matchups today as well, with the conference games mostly playing two-game series back-to-back. Connellsville on the road at McKeesport. Of course, a lot of these games, depending on the weather in the area, looks like we're going to be fortunate here at least to get this game started with the sun out right now, but a lot of other areas around the WPIAL might not be as lucky. Bell Vernon at Elizabeth Forward, West Mifflin at Ringgold, all of those games, day games here today. Also games scheduled in 3A, Brownsville hosting McGuffey, Bentworth's at California in 2A, Beth Center at Burgettstown, Carmichael's at Greensburg Central Catholic, West Green at Jefferson Morgan, Avella at Jeanette, and Uniontown also scheduled to play a non-conference game at Monessen today. Again, that game depending on the weather. And Laurel Highlands entering this game 2-7 overall, 1-4 in conference play. Looking at the Mustangs' results to date so far this season, they lost a couple of games to schools from West Virginia in mid-March. Morgantown High and University High by identical 12-2 final scores. The first game we brought you here on WMBS, the Mustangs falling to Connellsville 2-1. They got swept by Elizabeth Forward in that series, losing by scores of 5-4 and 8-5. Picked up their first win of the season in a non-conference game here on April the 2nd over Brownsville, 7-3. Lost both games to Bell Vernon on the road last Tuesday, 16-6 here at home last Wednesday, 8-4, and then that 8-7 win over Albert Gallatin at German Masontown Park yesterday. Albert Gallatin just one win on the season. That was a non-conference game over Steel Valley this past Saturday by a score of 4-0. Their other losses came against Connellsville, lost a two-game series to West Mifflin. Also got swept by Uniontown, losing their 5-2 and 3-2. Lost to Ringgold 10-0 and 7-1, and of course the 8-7 loss against the Mustangs yesterday. Well, the tarp coming off the mound. I think we're going to be playing some baseball very soon here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School. And we'll have more getting you ready for the Colonials and the Mustangs here on WMBS.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Introducing Target Safety Solutions Division, LLC. Because Ted Sova and Son Body and Fender Repair is concerned about our local community, Target Safety Solutions was born. Located beside the Ted Sova shop at 94 Atlas Road in Uniontown, Target Safety Solutions specializes in vehicle calibration after a vehicle is involved in a collision. Target Safety Solutions can perform vehicle alignments, state inspections, minor mechanical repairs, including brakes and suspension work, as well as tire replacement, and also inspects trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Their alignment machine can accommodate lowered vehicles, dually trucks, and box trucks. Vehicles are now made with many safety features to keep their occupants safe. That's why Target Safety Solutions originated. Their state-of-the-art facility is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. They are currently taking new customers and accepting commercial and fleet accounts as well. Nick Patricelli and Mike Thomas are ready to provide you with fast, friendly, professional service. Call Nick at Target Safety Solutions, 724-550-4403.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Brian Marozak, Gary Frankhauser back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School. The last bit of field preparations ongoing right now. They're actually relining the batter's box. We'll probably have to put new lines down both the first and the third base line as well, working on the pitching mound. And we should be ready for baseball here in the next 5 to 10 minutes here this afternoon. Looking at the weather radar for the next at least hour and a half to 2 hours, the forecast does look good, knock on wood. So we certainly have a window to get this game underway here this afternoon, and more rain in the forecast later on this week. So I'm sure they'll try to do everything they can to get a full 7 innings in today for the Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Looking at our schedule coming up as far as streaming events the rest of the week. Of course, tomorrow the Laurel Highlands School Board meeting. That'll be from the auditorium at Laurel Highlands High School on the WMBS Facebook page starting at 6 o'clock. Thursday, the Fayette County Commissioners meet at 10 a.m. You can also watch that meeting as well on the WMBS Facebook page. And we'll have high school softball coming your way on Friday. It'll be senior day for the Laurel Highlands Lady Mustangs. They're going to play that game at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood, a 6 o'clock start on Friday night against the Bell Vernon Leopards. So, Gary, nice to see the Laurel Highlands softball team an opportunity to play down at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood on a Friday night. Should be a big crowd for their senior night against Bell Vernon.
It is, and that's a great facility out there with the artificial turf on the small field there where the Mustang ladies get the opportunity to play, and they've been playing very well. They have some great games that are behind them. They had a little bit of a interesting game against Uniontown, but Uniontown is a quality team also, and they're really putting up some good numbers as we are probably about 10 minutes away from getting things started. I think Coach Smith is enjoying himself out there driving around and dragging the field, but they just have to maybe run the new lines down the first base line. Maybe not even going to do that. I don't know. But Coach Burns said we're about 10 minutes from first pitch, so looking forward to see how this turns out, especially with the freshman Ramari Morgan on the hill for the Mustangs, getting his first start. And hopefully the Mustangs can put the bat on the ball here early and give him some support. But then on the other side, Albert Gallatin, they're a quality team too. I mean, they haven't won what you would think, maybe some games that got by them, but they've shown that they have the ability, pushing the Mustangs to the limit yesterday, going all the way to the last inning before the Mustangs pushed across 5 to have that comeback win.
Have to say hello to some folks already checking in our live stream. Of course, our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services, also one of our video graphics sponsors here today. And Colin Benson checking in as well. And Gary, he said you're his favorite.
Well, I thank him for that, but we try to do our best here and provide some quality broadcast. I do have pretty good experience. I've played a lot of baseball, so have some baseball knowledge, and looking at this coaching staff on both sides, these guys have some knowledge. They know how to play, and they know how to put their players in the best possible position to get victories. But
hey, Gary, we mentioned on the Albert Gallatin side, Tony Watson, their head coach, had a lot of success coaching down at Bell Vernon over the years.
That's right. So that's we've seen that, and it's proven that he has the ability to train these guys to get into the position for victories. And I think both teams are having some growing pains. There are some young guys on both squads that are getting the first taste of varsity baseball, and that's a little bit different when you're coming up from Midget League, Pony League, and getting the opportunity now to play at the high school level. I mean, most of these guys have had some exposure to travel teams, so that helps. But when you get into these games where it's, back to back to back, and you have to have some pitching that really establishes your abilities, then it's a totally different animal.
Well, Gary, earlier you set the Albert Gallatin batting lineup. We have some time right now. Why don't we set the Mustang batting lineup and the Albert Gallatin defense?
I would like to do that. For the Mustangs, leading off will be Aiden Milsom. He wears number 3 and plays center field. Nick Crouch is the left fielder, and he's number 4. As we said, Ramari Morgan in that third spot, number 28, will be starting pitcher for the Mustangs. Sevi Vecchiola, the veteran at first base, wearing number 1, is in that 4th spot. In the 5th spot, Noah Lyon, he's the shortstop. He wears number 7. Designated hitter for the Mustangs in the 6th spot, wearing number 6, is Michael Smith. Andrew Galick, number 30, plays second base and bats 7th. Batting 8th, number 15, Andrew Irwin. He's the third baseman. And Jack Johns, number 5, is the right fielder, rounding out that batting lineup for the Mustangs.
And how about Albert Gallatin defensively?
Looking at the defense for Albert Gallatin, around the outfield, left fielder Caden Perez, center fielder Nico Edwards, right fielder is Mason Usher. In the infield, third base, Canyon Sutton, shortstop is Clay Smith, second baseman Evan Weekland, first baseman Caden Brady, on the mound Billy Craig, and behind the plate is Ben Lilly.
And for Craig, this will be his 4th appearance of the season, 0-2 record. He's only worked 2 1/3 innings, given up 6 hits, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, struck out 3, and walked 1 with an 18 ERA. And you mentioned the pitching availability for Laurel Highlands today. Nick Crouch started yesterday, so he'll be unavailable in relief. Jack Johns did pitch in relief, just threw 20 pitches, so he would be available to pitch again for the Mustangs in a relief situation if needed here today against Albert Gallatin.
So this is a back-to-back situation again, and as you said, when they have those relief pitchers that do come in and pitch a certain amount of innings or certain amount of batters, then they are unavailable for the next day.
We're going to take our final break of the pregame, it looks like. We'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin High School baseball here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering UPA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season. Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Back here at Landman Field, Laurel Highlands High School. Captains now meeting here at home plate, going over the ground rules. They finish up some of the lining here, both down the first and the third base line. And watching all of this, Gary, you really see all that goes into getting a field ready for play here for high school baseball.
You're exactly right, and glad we're getting some of this on film because I'm sure some of the wives of these coaches are wondering why they don't do this at home.
Yes. There's been a lot of maintenance done here to the field over the last hour or so after we had the initial storm that moved through. We had that lingering rain just as we came on the air. Again, they were hoping to get this game started at 4:30 when we first went on the air, and then as soon as we took the air, had that one last shower that kind of hung around, which pushed the start time back another 15 to 20 minutes or so, but they're going over the final lining right now down the first base line. Captain's going over everything, and we'll get this game underway between the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Laurel Highlands in the home whites, blue numbers, red trim. Their benches to our left, and Albert Gallatin, their dugout down the third base line, and they have the away blacks with a little bit of silver trim. And luckily, Gary, for us, it's not a football game, because numbers would be hard to see with just the silver trim and the black numbers on the black jerseys.
Yeah, that's true. And coming into this game, though, I think this delay, it's going to be a little bit difficult for some of the batters to try to get into the mode of a smooth swing at the plate.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see how that all plays out, because they've been sitting in the dugout now for at least an hour and a half, and really no reason to be able to get out there and loosen up. So let's see what happens. And as I said, this is going to be a very important game, not only for the Mustangs to try to get back in that playoff race, but the Albert Gallatin Colonials to gain some confidence and pull out a win.
How about some of the infield hops today as well, with them just dragging the surface here? Might be a little uneven in a couple of places just due to everything that's transpired here over the last hour and a half.
It's a nice surface, though, and it's much smoother than you might have had if they left it in mud situation. So that's a good effort by everyone involved here to get this field in playable condition. And we're going to be ready here, I'm thinking maybe 10, 15 more minutes.
Yeah, and again, the sun's out, so that'll help dry off the remainder of the field as well. The temperature cooled off a little bit, right around 75 degrees. We're up in the mid-80s earlier and expected to be hot and humid at least tomorrow with another chance of rain. But it looks like the Mustangs and the Colonials about to get at it here this afternoon from Landman Field. As you can see, the chalk now going down the first base line. And
allowed all the fans to get their chairs out and line up over on the other side. And the forecast says that we're done with the rain. So we're going to get it going here and hopefully see some quality baseball here this evening.
And still a good bit of daylight left as well.
Absolutely.
It really doesn't get
we
dark
won't have
until,
a problem with that.
Really doesn't get dark until about 8 o'clock or so. And, of course, you never know. I think you and I did like a 15-inning game between these two schools about 15 years ago.
I recall that,
Down at Albert Gallatin that went right into the twilight for sure. So you never know what to expect when these two schools get together. And a relatively close game yesterday as well, with Laurel Highlands knocking off Albert Gallatin by a score of 8-7. And we'll see if the Colonials have an answer for Laurel Highlands here today. They got the first set of chalk down the first base line, and they're going to do that second line down here as well for the batters to run here down the first base line. They're going to do the anthem here a little bit early as well, just to get things going. They won't have the starting lineups. As soon as they're ready to play, we're going to get this game underway. So they'll actually do the anthem while they're still finishing up the last couple of field preparations here at Landman Field, which is probably a good call. And try to get this game underway as quickly as possible in case you do have a tight game that ends up going late or another rain shower that decides to move through the area. Again, next week, Laurel Highlands will take on West Mifflin. We're on the road on Monday for that game. It'll be a 7 o'clock start under the lights. And then back here at home on Tuesday for a 4 o'clock start. We'll also have Laurel Highlands softball for you next Wednesday at home as they'll take on Uniontown. That'll be the penultimate conference game for the Lady Mustangs. They'll actually wrap up conference play a week from Friday. That'll be a makeup game against West Mifflin. Kind of interesting, Gary. They kind of uploaded the section schedule for high school softball. They'll have about 2 or 3 weeks of non-conference games before the playoffs start. They started conference action actually around May 22nd or May 23rd, and wrapping up conference play next week, and about 2 weeks of non-conference games before the playoffs get underway in mid-May. Very odd.
Yeah, it's kind of backwards when you would want the games that have meaning to be near to the playoff time, but I guess it's just a matter of scheduling and making sure that there's enough games that have been played by all of the teams, and there certainly would play into seeding, even though they're not conference games. They will have an effect on the WPIAL placing the teams for the playoffs. Yeah, but certainly odd because you'll kind of know 2 or 3 weeks before the season is officially done whether you're in or out of the playoffs. Right, but you still want to play well to get, get that seeding the way you would prefer. And again, the Laurel Highlands softball team has not made the WPIAL playoffs since 2013. Certainly have a good opportunity to get in this year. And for these two schools, of course, the Laurel Highlands baseball team also trying to eliminate a little bit of a playoff drought. The Mustangs last in the playoffs in 2023. It's only going back a few seasons. Last year, Laurel Highlands 3-13, missed out on the postseason, also missed out in 2024. We go back from a period of 2018 through 2022, with the exception, of course, the COVID year of 2020. The Mustangs in each of those years at least played 4 playoff games in each season. Yeah, there's always been quality baseball here at Laurel Highlands, dating all the way back to the commencement of the squad. And I don't know, you may not have been around here, Brian, but I remember when they used to play up at Hartford on the football field. Yep, that was before my time. When I was in elementary school, and some crazy baseball games were played up there where balls be hit off of the old Hartford gym from the home plate area that was down in the end zone, far end zone. And I just enjoyed sitting up there watching those guys play, and that's been a continuous thing throughout the Laurel Highlands history, that there have been quality baseball players that have played here and moved on to higher levels. And when I moved here, Gary, the baseball team was playing their games down at Hutchinson, and then in the early 2010s, of course, moving back up here to the high school. And we talked about the mini playoff drought the Mustangs have had. Well, how about Albert Gallatin? They were last in the WPIAL playoffs in 2004. Actually won a playoff game that year over Penn Trafford 15-6 before losing to North Allegheny 16-0. So you're going back
22 years to find out the last time Albert Gallatin was in the high school baseball playoffs.
And that's kind of odd because they do have some quality athletes, and they showed that in football season last year where they were basically an undefeated squad in football.
Yeah, it could also be interesting to see how teams like Albert Gallatin, Uniontown, and Connellsville fare this year as we move into the fall season, rejoining the WPIAL after playing as an independent. Albert Gallatin, the longest of those schools playing as an independent. So they're going to break here for the national anthem. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and be back with the first pitch, Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands here on WMBS.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
It's Jessica Karingala and Joe Malika, and we want you to spring into savings at Ford of Uniontown.
Right now, get a new Ford F-150 with up to $8,000 off MSRP or up to $6,000 off with low financing rates, as low as 2.9 for 60 months and 3.9 for 72 or 84 months.
Looking for something versatile and efficient? Check out the Ford Maverick with up to $3,000 off of MSRP.
And don't forget, Ford owners can score additional loyalty savings.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Your truck knows, shouldn't you?
Trade me in.
That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes tax and transfer fees. Must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
We are ready for some baseball here at Landman Field. The Mustangs are on the field, and you have Ramari Morgan finishing up the last couple of warm-up tosses, and we'll get this matchup underway between the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Due up for Albert Gallatin here in the top half of the first inning, Evan Weekland, Kenyon Sutton, and Caden Brady, 3 juniors for Albert Gallatin.
We're about 55 minutes late here, Brian,
yes,
but we're going to get it done.
Yeah, scheduled start time was 4 o'clock, and I think the first pitch will occur right around 4:55 here today. We'll see how fast this one moves along this afternoon between the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. You look at Morgan, Gary, a freshman lefty, really could be a hot commodity over the next couple of years, and certainly a player the Mustangs are happy to have in their system. When you get a lefty that can be extremely dominant, I think it really bodes well for the future on the Laurel Highlands side.
Brings to mind Ethan Mildren, who started as a freshman for the Mustangs and was a dominant pitcher for 4 years, went on to play at Pitt and then some minor league years for Ethan. So that's kind of a tradition with the Mustangs, get those freshman pitchers some good innings.
Now Morgan is ready, and it'll be Evan Weekland to lead things off here for Albert Gallatin, the junior second baseman, batting .240 here on the season. You're right, Gary, a 55-minute rain delay, but we're getting underway. Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin, second game of a 2-game series between 2 Fayette County rivals. And Morgan's first pitch here to Weekland is low and outside for ball 1.
I think control is going to be a huge issue here for both squads. You don't want to have too many free passes that would lead to big innings.
1-0 pitch on the way. A little one-hopper blocked there by Braylon Shoke. Takes the count now to 2-0. Not only do we have the rain to deal with, Gary, right before we went on the air, also had a power outage out here at the school as well and had to reset a bunch of our equipment. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that one off the plate as well. 3-0. It's going to be interesting to see how long it's going to take these pitchers, especially to get in the groove after the rain delay. Now the 3-0 as Morgan works quickly and a called strike as Weakland there was taken all the way.
Working quickly here early for Morgan.
Now the 3-1, Morgan to Weakland. Fastball missed inside, so Evan Weakland a leadoff walk here for Albert Gallatin in the top half of the first inning, and that'll bring up Canyon Sutton, the junior third baseman, batting .261 with a solo RBI on the season.
Well, if you're Albert Gallatin, you're going to want to make sure Morgan throws strikes, so good at bat there by Weakland.
You have Sutton, a lefty, and a quick throw over to first, and back safely there is Weakland. And of course, with Morgan being a lefty from the stretch position, has a clean look over at first. The first pitch here showing bunt, bunted foul there by Canyon Sutton, and the count at 0-1.
Well, it's probably not a bad idea also to play some small ball if you're Albert Gallatin to try to get out to an early lead.
In a one-run game yesterday between these two schools, Mustangs with 5 runs in the top of the 7th, rallying back for a win against showing bunt. Pulling back there was Sutton, and Weakland staying on first, and the count now even at 1-1. Morgan long looking this time to Braylon Shoke. Again, Sutton showing bunt, then decides to send a little grounder here into the Mustang dugout and take the count to 1-2. Caden Brady due up next for Albert Gallatin. You know, Sutton swinging around now in this situation as Morgan steps off the mound. In at third for Laurel Highlands is Andrew Irwin. Now the 1-2 pitch runner going. Pitch misses high, gets away from Shoke, and allows Weakland to get down to second base. And the count now even at 2-2.
Well, there you go. The Albert Gallatin Colonials being a little aggressive now. Don't need the bunt to move the runner up now in scoring position with nobody out.
Just underway after a 55-minute rain delay today. That ball hit high in the air but foul down the right field line.
Gave it a ride.
Yes. Count even at 2-2. And Morgan set again. 2-2 pitch here to Sutton, and this one sent foul again as the count remains 2-2.
Good at bat by Sutton also. Now 7 pitches in.
Might have to worry about running out of balls here today, Gary, the way this game started.
Yeah.
A lot of fouls there from Sutton. Another 2-2 pitch. Check swing, but it was a one-hopper, and Sutton did not go around. So now they count full at 3-2. And here's Morgan again. Payoff pitch here to Sutton. On the way, and that's a called strike 3, and down goes Kenyon Sutton. And a big strikeout there for Morgan to really get him into the game a little bit there, Gary.
You're right about that, and you didn't want to have 2 back-to-back walks to start things off, and he really battled back after an 8-pitch at bat there by Sutton.
Now Caden Brady coming to the plate, the junior first baseman, batting .250 with 2 RBI. Swings of the first pitch, pops it up here in the infield. It'll be Vecchiola that makes the catch, throw back to second. Almost turned the double play there.
Yeah, if Lyon would have been on the base, he would have been a double play.
They called it a double play at second, Gary.
I don't think he was on the base. I think that's a bad call, but Mustangs are going to take it. Wow.
So it ends up going as a 3 unassisted double play, even though the tag was made at second, and that'll end the top half of the first inning. The Colonials come up empty. Laurel Highlands coming to bat here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
The C. Harper Auto Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Back here at actually back here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Mustangs coming to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Aiden Milsom, Nick Crouch, and Ramari Morgan due up. And Gary again back to that double play to end the inning. Really caught both of us off guard because we didn't see where the second out was recorded, but we're not going to argue about outs here today.
Absolutely. Odd play as the runner, Weakland, took off on the pitch, and he was all the way to the third base when the pop-up was made by the batter Brady, and Vecchiola had to go all the way in back of the pitcher's mound, almost to shortstop, and called everybody off to make the play. And meanwhile, sneaking in behind and getting the double play was Noah Lyon, and we had to question whether he actually was on the base, but that's how the double play was recorded.
So it'll be Aiden Milsom to lead things out for the Mustangs here in the bottom half of the first inning. The junior center fielder batting .276 with 3 runs batted in so far this season, facing Billy Craig. And Craig's first pitch here to Milsom called strike. And Craig, just a minimal sample size so far this season. Again, 3 appearances, working just 2 1/3 innings, and he's gotten dinged up a little bit with an 18 flat ERA coming into this game, but finds a strike zone on the first 2 pitches here to Aiden Milsom.
Pretty good velocity on that fastball, too.
You wonder who he was facing in some of those games. Off to a hot start here today against Laurel Highlands. At least 2 pitches in. Now the 0-2 on the way. Called strike 3. So a 3-pitch strikeout for Billy Craig. Where have the Colonials been hiding Craig? Impressive there against Milsom. A 1-out recorded here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, got to be a little bit more aggressive up there if you're Milsom leading off.
And now Nick Crouch coming to the plate, the junior left fielder, batting .350. With 2 runs batted in so far this season. Craig's first pitch here to Crouch called strike. So 4 pitches, 4 strikes from Billy Craig.
Strikes and all heat.
Yes. And you think if you're the Mustangs, you're going to pick up on that. And we'll see if Craig continues with the fastballs. 0-1 here. Took a little bit off that one and fooled Nick Crouch. And the count now at 0-2.
Breaking pitch that time. And as you said, much different speed on that pitch. Just had Crouch way out in front.
Now the 0-2, 5 strikes and 5 pitches so far for Craig.
Strike
and a fastball here called strike 3. Unbelievable. Wow. I don't recall seeing that, Gary. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, and 2 strikeouts to start a game.
It's impressive for sure.
And you look at Craig, came into the game, just 3 strikeouts on the season, 2 already here in the bottom half of the first inning, and now Ramari Morgan coming to the plate. Again, Morgan red hot on the season, .429 average, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. First pitch swinging here, grounder to second, and a play made from Evan Weakland over to Caden Brady to retire Morgan 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So a 7-pitch inning. Mustangs retired in order after 1 scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Looking for a great place to eat in Uniontown? Stop by Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue and proudly owned by the Vernon family. Casey's is open Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday through Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come check out their new items and delicious entrees. And remember, Casey's can cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126.
Back here for the top half of the second. Both pitchers facing the minimum in the first inning, leading off for Albert Gallatin. And looking at ball one is Caden Perez, the left fielder.
Batting .211 with 4 RBIs, sophomore for Albert Gallatin.
Another young guy out there in that cleanup spot. And there's ball 2 low.
Caden Perez, Mason Usher, and Ben Lilly due up here in the top of the second for Albert Gallatin.
So Morgan again trying to work strikes here, 2-0. Here's a pitch and a ground ball down third, big hop. And on to first for the play is Andrew Irwin over to Sevi Vecchiola, 5-3 for the first out of the inning.
And freshman Irwin looking very solid there defensively for the Mustangs over at third base.
Number 20.
Nice big hop for him, playing very shallow up in the infield on the grass part of the infield. Got that big hop, so just a 3-pitch batter for Morgan. Here's the pitch to Usher. Looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate, about letter high.
Usher, another young guy, freshman right fielder, batting .222 with 2 RBIs.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Little pull the string that time by Morgan. Breaking pitch for strike 2. Morgan getting the signal. Working from the stretch. Here's a pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. So looking strikeout now for Morgan. Much the same as we saw on the Albert Gallatin side by Craig.
Catcher, number 7, Ben Lilly.
And Gary, yesterday after 15 runs scored between these two teams, the pitchers, at least here early on, looking to dominate.
Swing and a miss by Ben Lilly at a curveball that was in the dirt.
Lilly, sophomore catcher, batting .095 with 2 RBIs.
Working ahead now, Morgan 0-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt. That hits about 2 feet out in front of home plate. So tried to get a chase, didn't get it that time.
You can tell, though, Morgan looking a little more comfortable here in the second inning than he did in the first. He's getting his feet wet. Again, first varsity start for the freshman.
1-1 pitch, high and outside, 2-1.
Now we mentioned Morgan coming into the game, a 1.75 ERA in relief. Worked 8 innings coming into the game in 3 appearances.
2-1 pitch, way outside, 3-1 now. Was that a play on words, Brian, getting his feet wet in this rain?
Yes, we did get. How about that? How about that? I think everybody got their feet wet. Carl and I at least got here just before the monsoon.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Runs a little foul ball. 3-2 now.
You waited in your car for a little bit.
3-2 pitch. That's low, ball 4. So working at a 3-2 walk is Ben Lilly to get this second base runner of the game for Albert Gallatin. The Mustangs able to double off Weakland in the first for the minimum. Now we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher Lilly, and that's going to be
number 12.
That'll be Colton Harvey.
Colton Harvey with 2 outs, and now a runner on.
Number 5,
Clay Smith, the shortstop, now comes to the plate for Albert Gallatin. Foul ball on the first pitch, kind of a check swing that time by Clay.
Clay actually a twin, Gary. His brother is Cole, but not on the baseball team. Junior shortstop, batting .120 on the season.
0-1 is the count, 2 outs. There's a throw over, and they got him picked off if they make the play, and they do. So a nice pick off there by Morgan. Had the runner going, it just gets it to Vecchiola, over to Noah Lyon to again face the minimum here in the second inning, and we'll go to the bottom half of the second. No score here on the C. Harper Sports Site, WMBS.
The C. Harper Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive C. Harper Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Back at Landman Field, due up for the Mustangs in the bottom half of the second inning, Sevi Vecchiola, Noah Lyon, and Michael Smith, the designated hitter, to face Billy Craig, who posted a 7-pitch first inning with 2 strikeouts looking. There's a rip into center field, right at the center fielder, though, and coming on and making the catch for the Colonials was Nico Edwards, but a rocket there by Sevi Vecchiola just could not find the gap.
Yeah, Vecchiola's had some well-hit balls so far this season, Gary, just kind of not getting some breaks as far as where they're positioned as he entered the game with a 192 average, trying to change that.
Another 1 pitch out for Craig. That brings up Noah Lyon. First pitch, fastball at the knees for strike one.
Lyon, the senior shortstop, now batting .400, does have 1 home run and 6 RBIs so far this season.
0-1 pitch now. Craig to Lyon. Wind and deals, and that's a breaking pitch that's hit foul down the right field line. And posts Billy Craig to an 0-2 count against Noah Lyon.
And Craig, I don't believe yet Gary has thrown a ball in this game.
You're exactly right.
And we're here with an out in the second inning.
0-2 pitch. There's a shot down to third. Eats up the third baseman, and Lyon with the good speed will get the first hit for the Mustangs. We're to call that too hot to handle for the third baseman, Kenyon Sutton, and that was a rocket that just took a 1 hop and went off the chest of the third baseman, had to track it down near shortstop, and Noah Lyon able to leg out the first hit for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Sutton did a good job to keep the ball in front of him there, Gary. Not too many guys take that position and kind of take one for the team there, and still gave the Colonials a little play on the ball, but no opportunity there to retire Lyon.
You would have seen a lot of olays on that one. That was a strike also by Craig. There's a ground ball to short on second for 1, over to first, and he is out. Double play. Nice pick by the first baseman, Caden Brady, on the 1 hop to end the inning on a 6-4-3 double play. So first 2 innings minimum faced by both pitchers. And we're going to be back here with the top of the third on the C. Harper Sports Night. Laurel Highlands nothing, Albert Gallatin nothing.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair. Family owned and operated for 63 years and providing quality, reliable service. Ted Sova & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They'll blueprint your vehicle for repair and work with your insurance company. With their environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Sova & Son not only cares for our community and children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's their goal to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way. So bring your vehicle over to Sova. Call 724-437-2351. Now Ted Sova proudly introduces his new company, Target Safety Solutions, Atlas Road in Hopwood, providing vehicle alignments, calibrations, minor mechanical repairs, state inspections, including trailers up to 10,000 pounds. Safety, our target, your solution. Check their website at targetsafetysolutionsllc.com. Ted Sova is proud to support local high school sports.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Clay Smith, first pitch swinging. Ground ball to Andrew Irwin. Makes the play over to Sevi Vecchiola to retire Clay 5-3, Gary, for the first out of this top half of the third inning. Game still scoreless. Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands.
As he was in the batter's box when the Mustangs were able to throw out the runner trying to steal to end the last inning. So now that's going to bring Colton Chips in for his first opportunity.
Chips 0 for 8 so far this season. Does have one RBI for Albert Gallatin. First pitch swinging here. High fly ball in the gap in right center. And unable to haul it in there was Jack Johns. And that will allow Colton Chips to get down to second base. And Albert Gallatin with a runner in scoring position in a scoreless game with one out here in the top of the third.
How are you going to roll that, Brian?
I was right. I was going to ask you, and you beat me to it. That was a tough one. There wasn't an easy catch out there for Johns. You want to give him the hit?
Yeah, we'll give him the double.
We'll call that a double to right for Colton Chips and bring up Nico Edwards, the freshman center fielder, batting 143 with 2 RBIs, and an opportunity here with one out in the inning to get a little damage done for Albert Gallatin with the first pitch from Morgan high and inside for ball 1.
Certainly was a tough play there for Johns, but one that he probably would make.
I agree.
7 out of 10 times maybe.
Now Morgan's 1-0. Big cut there, but coming up empty is Edwards to even up the count at 1-1. And quickly, Gary, back on the other side to Craig through 2 innings without throwing a ball for Albert Gallatin.
Right, and had a 5-pitch inning last time for the pitcher for Albert Gallatin, Craig.
And a little step off there from Morgan. And the count 1-1 here to Nico Edwards, top of the order, due up behind Edwards. And he'll take this pitch on the outside corner for a strike to move the count to 1-2. So you've Chips, the designated hitter, on second. One out here in the inning. Still looking for the game's first run on either side. Now the 1-2 pitch to Edwards, called strike 3, and now 2 away here in the top of the third with the top of the order and Evan Weekland due up next. Weekland walked and stole a base back in the first inning, but ended up getting retired after Caden Brady hit into a double play. First pitch here to Weekland inside for ball 1. Weekland looking for his first RBI of the season. Does have a .240 average, junior second baseman. Morgan's 1-0 pitch. Called strike, evens up the count at 1-1 now to Evan Weekland.
Not quite as efficient as Craig, but Morgan here in the third inning up to 35 pitches.
And his first varsity starts as a freshman. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Morgan 3 strikeouts already, looking for number 4 here with 2 strikes on Evan Weekland.
First 3 looking.
Now the 1-2 from Morgan to Weekland. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets that one swinging to end the top half of the third. So we'll go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands, CR Product Group High School Sports Day here on WMBS.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724 626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Moving out of the bottom of the third inning, Laurel Highlands with hitters 7, 8, and 9 due up. Andrew Gallick, Andrew Irwin, and Jack Johns. As Gallick in the batter's box, first pitch from Billy Craig. Inside for ball one. And finally, Gary, the first ball we've seen thrown in this game for Billy Craig.
News.
Yes. That is the most newsworthy non-strike in quite some time. Now the 1-0 showing bunt. There was Gallick, but the pitch went right through him, called strike. And the count now even at 1-1. Gallick coming in 071 batting average. 1 RBI for the junior second baseman. Now Craig taking his time a little bit here. Will wind and fire the 1-1. Fastball called strike of the knees, 1-2.
Now the Mustangs should be expecting strikes.
I agree. I mean, no reason not to swing the bats with as consistent as Craig has been so far in this game. 1-2 pitch, and this ball chopped to second. Should be routine. Weakland to Brady to retire Gallick 4-3 for the first down to this bottom of the third inning as Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin still looking for the game's first run.
For the Mustangs, third baseman.
Freshman Andrew Irwin now coming to bats. Batting .222 with an RBI. And his sister Taylor headed to Shenandoah University next year for continuation of her basketball career. First pitch here to Andrew, called strike 0-1.
Went to the breaking pitch that time and just kind of froze Irwin. But again, in the zone.
Now the 0-1 on the way. Fastball missed a load, even up the count at 1-1. The Colonials, after today, will have only 4 conference games left. Mustangs still with 6. Albert Gallatin's yet to have their conference bye with 7 teams in the conference. 1 team is off from conference play in each week of the season. That one fouled off by Andrew Irwin. Uniontown having the bye this week, and they were scheduled to play at Monessen in a non-conference game this afternoon. Count now 1-2 here to Andrew Irwin from Billy Craig. Craig with a fastball. Irwin pops it up here on the right side, and it'll drop in for a Mustang hit. That one falling in between Usher, Weakland, and Brady on the right side, giving Laurel Highlands a base runner with 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Just poked it down the first base line. One of those hit them where they ain't. Kind of looped it. Neither the second baseman or the first baseman or the right fielder could get to that spot, and that'll put a runner on with 1 out.
And Jack Johns coming to the plate, batting .400 from the left side. It's another situation. We talked a lot about it this season. The Mustangs batting a guy with a good average in the number 9 spot just to kind of set the tone for the top half of the order. And Johns taking ball 1 there from Billy Craig with 1 out in a scoreless game as we work here in the bottom of the third inning. Colonials and the Mustangs. Now the 1-1. Little high. Actually, that was the 1-0. So take us to 2-0. From Craig to Johns. Johns got the start yesterday on the, actually Johns came on in relief yesterday of Nick Crouch. Next, he picked up the win in that game over the Colonials. This ball chopped to second, could be 2, to short for 1, but no throw over to first. So goes the fielder's choice 4-6 to retire the lead runner Irwin, and now 2 outs here in the inning.
Well, that kind of a high chopper to second base. Really no chance for a double play there, but nice effort there for Weakland to get it over to Clay Smith for that lead runner.
And at the top of the order, Aiden Milsom coming to the plate. Milsom struck out looking on 3 pitches, first time up. Junior batting .276 with 3 RBIs. Craig's first pitch fouled off, counted 0-1.
Might see Johns trying to move to second here with 2 outs. Get somebody in scoring position.
Look over the shoulder there from Billy Craig. 0-1 pitch on the way. This ball nubbed down the first base line.
Wow.
It's a fair ball. And making the play, 3 unassisted to end the inning is Caden Brady to retire Milsom. So we'll go to the top of the 4th, moving right along, still scoreless. Mustangs and the Colonials. CR Bronner Group High School Sports Day.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classical gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from the parking garage.
Injured in an accident and don't know where to turn or what to do? Here at Radcliffe Martin Law, we can help you navigate your issues and resolve your claim. Unlike firms nowadays that advertise aggressively for your case and aren't even located in the state, we're right in your backyard. We have the knowledge to quickly and efficiently handle your claim. Don't waste time on an out-of-state attorney who will dilly-dally and then tell you to get a local attorney. Give us a call right now and see how we can help you. Radcliffe Martin Law, 724-439-3939.
Here we go with the top half of the 4th inning. We played 3 innings in less than a half hour. There's a fly ball to right field on the first pitch of the 4th, and Johns is under that one for a 1-pitch, 1 out.
Gary, the way this game's going, we might finish this, even though we had a 55-minute rain delay, quicker than a lot of games that end up starting on time.
You got that right. So 1-pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Caden Brady, the first baseman for the Colonials, to face Morgan. There's a breaking pitch way outside for ball 1.
Brady hit into that double play to end the first. Came into the game with a .250 average, 2 RBIs, junior first baseman.
4 strikeouts for Morgan. 1-0 pitch. Outside again, 2-0. Shoke having to reach out for that one. 2-0 pitch now. 1 out in the inning. That one's way in the dirt. That almost hitting the grass out in front of home plate. So 3-0 now. Brady will be no doubt looking all the way here with trying to get some runners on for Albert Gallatin. 3-0 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. No question that Brady was taking all the way.
And Morgan did a nice job to deliver there in that situation.
3-1 pitch. That's in the dirt again, way out in front of home plate. So ball 4 puts Caden Brady on. For the cleanup hitter, number 3, Caden Perez, the left fielder, grounded to third his first time up in the 2nd inning. So runner on here for Albert Gallatin. He might get aggressive with Brady. Good speed on at first.
Perez does have 4 RBIs so far this season. Came into the game with a .211 average.
There's a ground ball to third again. That's fair down the line. Coming in to pick it up is Nick Crouch, but that was a shot down the line. No chance there for Irwin to grab that one. So Back-to-back runners on now for Albert Gallatin. A little action on the base paths.
Yeah, first time in this game that we've seen either team with multiple runners on base so far. Now with Mason Usher coming to the plate. He struck out looking back in the second inning. The freshman right fielder entered the game with a .222 average and 2 RBIs.
Runners on first and second with 1 out for Usher, and that's in the dirt, and that's going to move everybody up 90 feet. So a little wild action by Morgan here in the inning.
You mentioned just a freshman, and really his first varsity start. An opportunity here to maybe settle him down a bit as catcher Braylon Choke will come out and make the long walk there. Allow him to take a deep breath. Just 1 out here in the inning, and the Colonials threatening in a scoreless game.
Good strategy there by the Mustang catcher. Give Morgan a chance to regroup. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third here in the top of the 4th inning. Albert Gallatin threatening with Usher at the plate. 1-0 pitch. That's in the dirt again.
How soon do you maybe start some activity in your bullpen, or maybe start looking at a relief option if you're Laurel Highlands right now?
Well, we talked about that in the pregame. I'm sure Coach Smith has an idea, and here he comes out to talk to Morgan and try to figure out what his status is with runners on second and third, 1 out.
And really did a great job, Gary, through 3 innings.
Sure did.
Did have that leadoff walk issue to Weekland, but they got the double play that Brady hit into to end the inning with no damage being done. Then in the second, you had Lilly walking, but his courtesy runner getting picked off. Gave up the double to Colton Chips back in the third, but had 2 strikeouts. And here Albert Gallatin threatening a little bit.
Just faced 1 more than the minimum through 3. Count now is 2-0 to Mason Usher.
Ethan Yanoski is warming up in the Mustang bullpen.
So that might have been a move there by Coach Smith to give him a little more opportunity to get loose. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Morgan to Usher. That's in there for a strike.
Maybe settle him down a little bit just with a doctor order there on the Laurel Highlands side.
2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on second and third. No score here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 2-1. Little nubber over to the third base side at the Albert Gallatin dugout. But that'll go as a strike and even the count at 2-2.
Our next broadcast, high school softball, Friday down in Hutchinson. Laurel Highlands hosting Bell Vernon. 6 o'clock start, 5:40 Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, both on the radio and on YouTube Live.
Morgan trying to work himself out of a jam here. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. And that's a huge pitch for Morgan. Gets the strikeout looking for the second time against Usher. And that's going to bring up Ben Lilly, who walked back in the second with runners still on second and third with now 2 outs.
5 strikeouts now in the game for Morgan. Really a big rally back there against Usher.
There's a ground ball to first base. It's going to be a tough play. Vecchiola's going to take it himself as the ball died in that wet infield. And the Mustangs worked their way out of that inning with Morgan able to weasel his way out with no runs scored. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 4th inning. Still no score here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering WPIAL and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Welcome back to Landman Field as the Mustangs will come to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. Still no score. Nick Crouch will be the first batter for the Mustangs to face, let's get it right, Billy Craig, who looks at ball one in the dirt. Unusual there.
And Crouch struck out looking back in the first inning, came into the game 350 average, 2 RBIs.
Craig now 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball by Nick Crouch.
Mustangs 2 hits in the game. The infield single from Lyon in the second, and Irwin single to right field in the third.
1-1 the count now. Nick Crouch trying to get things started for the Mustangs. Looks at a ball outside. 2-1.
If you're just joining us, Billy Craig went the first 2 innings without throwing a ball. The first ball he threw was to Andrew Gallick leading off the third.
Just at 28 pitches as we sit. Another breaking pitch. Nice breaking pitch there by Craig. Just had Crouch way out in front again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We've seen Craig do a nice job mixing up the pitches here this afternoon.
We said it earlier, wondered who he was facing earlier. Swing and a miss at strike 3, so Crouch goes down for the second time on strikes.
Third strikeout of the game for Craig, and Crouch down twice, as you said, Gary, and then also struck out Aiden Milsom to start the game.
The pitcher, Ramari Morgan.
Morgan coming up, grounded out to second, his first time up in the first inning. Facing the right-hander, Billy Craig. Breaking pitch high and tight for ball 1.
And the lefty entering the game with a .429 average, leading the Mustang team in that department. Also 2 home runs. We saw one here last week. 13 RBIs on the season for Ramari Morgan.
There's a high fly ball. Looks like his shortstop calling for it and making the catch in shallow left field. That's Clay Smith. So another 2-pitch out for Billy Craig.
And these 2 pitchers, Craig and on the Mustang side, Morgan, continue to be effective here this afternoon with Sevi Vecchiola coming to the plate. Of course, Sevi had that rip first time up, Gary, to center field, but definitely a well-hit ball. See if you can try that again to maybe a more open part of the ballpark.
And Craig leads him off with 1 in the dirt, so ball 1.
I have to think Vecchiola's due. Came into the game with a .192 average and 3 RBIs, but you know he's better than that.
Been snake bit, no doubt. He's hit the ball hard. A lot of atom balls. There's another shot down third. That's going to be a fair ball. Vecchiola's going to try for 2, and he's going to be in with a stand-up double on that shot down third base line. Just fair inside the bag and kind of died against the fence in the left field corner. Vecchiola in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, good aggressive running there after the ball got tied up in that wet grass out there in left field. Third Mustang hit of the afternoon as Vecchiola gets in a scoring position with Noah Lyon coming to the plate, and Lyon a hit first time up.
He hit it hard down third base. It was unable to be handled by Kenyon Sutton down at third. He looks at strike 1.
Certainly the best opportunity of the game for the Mustangs to produce a run as this game remains scoreless as we work here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs.
Vecchiola leading off second, being held out there by the second baseman Weakland. Here's the 0-1 from Craig to Lyon, and swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Huge cut there from Lyon.
They call it a foul ball, but caught there by Ben Lilly, the catcher for Albert Gallatin. So 0-2 out in front is Billy Craig. Look for a off-speed pitch here. And swing and a miss, strike 3. So Craig working tremendously, strikes out Noah Lyon to end the inning and leaves Sevi Vecchiola at second. We still do not have a score. Moving to the top of the 5th on the C. Harper Sports Night here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in.
It's Jessica Karingala and Joe Malika, and we want you to spring into savings at Ford of Uniontown.
Right now, get a new Ford F-150 with up to $8,000 off MSRP or up to $6,000 off with low financing rates, as low as 2.9 for 60 months and 3.9 for 72 or 84 months.
Looking for something versatile and efficient? Check out the Ford Maverick with up to $3,000 off of MSRP.
And don't forget, Ford owners can score additional loyalty savings.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me in.
Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Your truck knows, shouldn't you?
Trade me in.
That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes tax and transfer fees. Must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Go to 40 Uniontown and trade me
For
in.
funeral services from pre-need to at-need, burial or cremation, call Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, located at 136 North Gallatin Avenue in a beautifully restored historic home. Family-owned and operated by Rick Gates, former Brownsville resident and Guyville alumni, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory offers warmth, convenience, affordability, and ample parking. With a knowledgeable funeral director and compassionate staff, the Gates family and the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory are ready to assist you.
Clay Smith leading off this top half of the fifth. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Ramari Morgan. And now Morgan set for the 0-1 to Smith, who grounded out 5-3. First time up back in the third inning. This ball chopped to third, took a high hop. Good job there from Andrew Irwin to get it over to Sevi Vecchiola to retire Smith 5-3. That was another tough play from the freshman, Gary, but he got it done.
Sure was. Came off that grass infield with a high chopping that was really well hit, and he stayed with it, able to corral it, make a nice throw over to first for that first out of the inning.
We're still scoreless as we work here in the top of the fifth. Colton Chips coming to the plate. He doubled to right field last time up. Sophomore DH for Albert Gallatin here today, and for Chips, that was his first hit of the season. So looking to duplicate that. Facing Ramari Morgan, and Chips will take the first pitch outside for ball one.
Just 49 pitches for Morgan, so he's been very efficient also.
325 down the lines here at Landman Field, 360 to straightaway center field, and that pitch misses low from Morgan to Chips to take the count to 2-0.
3 walks by Morgan, really the only blemish.
Now the 2-0 here to Colton Chips. Pitch misses low and outside, takes us to 3-0. Did issue a 4-pitch walk to Evan Weekland to lead off the game. Now the 3-0 here to Colton Chips is low and outside for ball 4. That'll give Albert Gallatin a base runner again with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. And Nico Edwards coming to the plate. Edwards struck out looking against Morgan back in the third inning. Freshman came into the game with a 143 average and a couple of RBIs. Little guy in there, and Morgan's going to check the runner. Head first, slide back safely there from Chips.
Morgan's got that nice move to first. And
yes. Don't have much of a lead off the first base bag there from Chips. Now showing bunt, pulling back, and that pitch hopping away from Braylon Shoke. And will allow Chips to get in a scoring position at second base.
It's a wild pitch by Morgan. Again, that moves Chips out there into scoring position. You don't want to give easy bases like that, but
5 straight balls now thrown by Morgan.
Probably should be bunting again here if you're Albert Gallatin. And
he is, but fouls it off, and the count even at 1-1.
Try to get that runner to the third with just 1 out.
In the top of the order, due up next, and Evan Weekland as the Colonials will start the third trek through the batting lineup. The count now even at 1-1 after that foul ball. Showing bunt again, pulling back, pitch missed, stealing, attempting to steal third. There was Chips. Now he's caught in a rundown, and they're going to make the throw back and get the tag made for the second out of the inning. So tough there, Gary. They had chips in scoring position, attempted to steal third. Kind of knew he was going to be dead to rights. They're trying to go back to the second base bag.
Right, and I don't know that was the call by the coaching staff. I mean, they were bunting all the way, and you'd have to believe that was not the call for a steal in that situation down to third when he really didn't have a very big jump at all.
Now 2 outs in the inning, 2-1 count to Nico Edwards. In this situation, expect for Morgan just to throw some strikes here and trying to get out of the inning. 2-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Count now even at 2-2. The Colonials kind of running themselves out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Whoa. That one just missed. Take us full to 3-2.
Might have to go to the replay on that one.
Mustangs have any challenges left? Now the payoff pitch. This ball popped up in the shallow right center. And it'll be the center fielder, Aiden Milsom, taking charge, making the catch for the final out of the inning. So we're still scoreless. Head to the bottom of the fifth. Laurel Highlands, Albert Gallatin, CR Product Group, High School Sports Day.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,944.
Michael Smith leading off the bottom half of the fifth inning, taking ball one high against Billy Craig. In this game, scoreless, Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands here on WMBS. Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, and Smith, a little chopper there, going to third. Should be routine. It is, as making the play there, Kenyon Sutton over to Caden Brady to retire Smith 5-3 for the first out of this bottom half of the fifth inning.
Just 36 pitches for Craig.
Yeah, extremely efficient.
Second baseman, Andrew Gallick.
Now Andrew Gallick, who grounded out 4-3 in his first at-bat back in the third inning, comes to the plate. Craig's first pitch to Gallick, fouled off. Takes the count to 0-1. Gallick trying to get things going here at the plate this season for the Mustangs. After that ground out back in the third inning. Just a couple of hits so far this season for Gallick. Swing and a miss there, and quickly 2 strikes on Andrew Gallick, the Mustang Jr. Now Craig continuing to be efficient. 0-2 here to Gallick, called strike 3. So for Billy Craig, that's strikeout number 5 in this game. And a quick 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Go to extras, he might have to pitch 9 innings.
Yep. Now Andrew Irwin coming to the plate, single to right field, first time up back in the third inning. Mustangs a couple of scattered hits in this game, line and infield single in the second. Irwin the single to right field in the third, and then the double from Vecchiola in the fourth.
Starts him off with a strike.
The count 0-1 now to Andrew Irwin. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and 2 strikes now on the Mustang freshman. Irwin came into the game with a .222 average. Will go up after that single in the third inning. 0-2 now, Craig to Irwin. This ball popped foul out of play. Count remains 0-2. Sun's been out most of the game, Gary, after a 55-minute rain delay.
And a lot of work on the field. Got things ready, and we've had more baseball action than less baseball action is a strike 3 swinging to Irwin.
Now 6 strikeouts in the game for Billy Craig. Another quick bottom half of the 5th inning. This game scoreless after 5. See our product group High School Sports Day.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating. Also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090 or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from the parking garage.
Here we go with the top half of the 6th inning. Still no score. Both pitchers kind of cruising along here for Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands. Due up for Albert Gallatin, the top of the order with Evan Weekland. Walked and struck out so far. Squares around as if to bunt, but takes strike 1. So we're in the 6th inning, and Morgan with just 57 pitches.
Has recorded 5 strikeouts so far this afternoon.
0-1 offering. Strike 2 at the letters.
This is the part of the order for Albert Gallatin. We're going to try to get something started here with Weekland, Sutton, and Brady here in the top half of the 6th.
So Morgan with the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3-pitch strikeout there, Morgan to Weekland.
Now 6 strikeouts in the game for Morgan, and temperature's starting to heat up again, Garrett. The sun out, had the rain earlier into the low 80s right now. These pitchers heating up as well.
Left-hander Canyon Sutton, the third baseman, will now step in. Struck out in the first, flew out the left, and he swings at the first offering for a foul ball, strike 1.
Interesting thing, Gary, time of game, we're still under an hour from the start at 4:55 today.
Yeah, I was trying to say last inning we had more preparation than baseball.
Yes. Jason Taylor started that new pitch clock here, and it's getting the job done.
0-1 to Sutton, high and outside, 1-1.
Fortunately, we're the only ones that can see it.
Morgan works exclusively from the stretch. 1-1 pitch, low and outside for ball 2. So Sutton trying to get runners on for Albert Gallatin here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. There's a pitch, line to third, in between Hop, handled there by Irwin, and over to Vecchiola. Another nice play down there by Andrew Irwin. As that was, again, not an easy play. He had to kind of short hop that one off the grass for the second out of the inning.
He's been busy over there a couple of times so far in this game. Has been effective in every ball hit to him so far this afternoon. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top half of the 6th. This game's still scoreless.
So Brady will come to the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch by Morgan. Nice little bender there that came right across the plate to the right-handed hitter for strike 1. 0-1 pitch, fastball this time. That's hit into right field. Johns going back, but under it, and he'll make the easy catch to end the inning. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth with the score still. Laurel Highlands 0, Albert Gallatin 0 here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Evan Lyon.
Back at Landman Field for the bottom half of the sixth inning. Fast-moving baseball action with no score. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Mustangs. Batting for Jack Johns is going to be number 10, Evan Lyon.
John's actually in the bullpen right now for the Mustangs, warming up.
So Craig, who has been super efficient, will deal to Evan Lyon.
Lyon so far this season without a hit. 0 for 9 at the plate.
Hidden vigorish. He's due.
He is due.
Craig, from the windup, there's a little looper into center field and moving over to right field, fighting the sun, but making the catch out there in right field is Mason Usher. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
And well-hit ball, just kind of to the wrong place again. And now the top of the order, and Aiden Milsom.
So Milson struck out in the first, grounded out to first, back in the third inning. So not many at-bats for any of the players on either side here, as Craig will bring a high fastball in for ball 1 to Aiden Milsom.
Mustangs just 3 hits here today. Noah Lyons infield single in the second. Andrew Irwin single to right field in the third, and Sevi Vecchiola's double in the fourth.
1-0 offering to Milsom. That's in there for a strike. Can call that one from here.
And you got to be aggressive at the plate if you're the Mustangs right now, especially considering that Craig's thrown probably 80% of his pitches for strikes so far this afternoon.
You're right about that, Brian. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. No, with no call. 2-1, high and outside. A little presumptuous on my part to call that a strike.
Umpire even checking on you there, Gary.
2-1.
He's listening.
Swing at a ball in the dirt. Makes it 2-2. So Craig trying to get the second out of the inning. 2-2 to leadoff batter Aiden Milsom for the Mustangs. Here's the pitch. High and outside. 3-2 now. So Milsom with an opportunity to get a runner on base here with 1 out in the sixth to face Craig. Here's the pitch. Their ground ball up the middle for a base hit by Aiden Milsom. Great at bat that time by Aiden Milsom. Worked the count full and comes through with a 1-out single to bring up Nick Crouch.
You got to be smart, aggressive, Gary, at this juncture of the game. You 1 out here in the inning. Of course, you want to try to move Milsom into scoring position. We kind of saw what happened to Albert Gallatin when they had a runner down at second, get picked off in between second and third base. You want to be aggressive, but certainly pick your spots at this juncture of the game as well.
Absolutely, but good speed and Milsom on at first. So let's see how the Mustangs will play it
I think Nick Crouch certainly do as well, Gary. 0 for 2 today, but came into the game with a .350 average.
2 strikeouts to boot.
Got to be aggressive early here against Craig, who again has been throwing mostly strikes today.
Step off by Craig, and diving back without a throw to first base was Milsom. Gets a nice lead off here at first base.
Yeah, look for him to run here.
As Crouch is stepping in. Big lead over here at first. Doesn't go, and there's a foul back for the first strike to Nick Crouch.
Wouldn't have mattered anyways if he took off.
Foul ball.
Yep.
Crouch again leading off. Crouch at the plate. Milsom leading off at first. It's a huge lead over here. There he goes. That was in the dirt, and no chance that time for Lilly as the ball was in the dirt, and he couldn't scoop it to make any kind of a throw. So now in scoring position is Aiden Milsom with the count to Nick Crouch at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And behind Crouch, who's batting .350, is Morgan batting .429. So you might get an opportunity to get the game's first run around here.
Crouch squares the bunt and fouls it off. Tried to bunt for a single there. Was not a sacrifice situation.
There's a late little square around as well.
So now he's in a hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going to need to protect here to get this ball put in play somewhere.
And you got a hot pitcher like Craig. Try to do everything you can to get on base.
Milsom with a good lead out there at second. Here's the pitch. That's low. Evens the count at 2-2. It's a good eye there by Nick Crouch to take that pitch just under the knees.
Yeah, it was intentional there from Craig, trying to get Crouch to chase.
2-2 pitch to Crouch. That's in the dirt, and Milsom will go to third. Head first slide. He's in there safely. Nice hustle there by Ben Lilly. Kept the ball in front of him. But Milsom with the speed gets down to third now with 1 out, and the count run full to Nick Crouch.
They're going to bring the infield in here. Crouch can put it on the ground.
Has a better chance of getting it through, sure. Yep. 3-2 pitch from the stretch now. Craig with Milsom on at third. Here's a pitch, and hit him. So just nicked him in the back, and that's going to put Crouch on at first now, first and third.
Just 1 out here in the inning. You have Morgan and Vecchiola, the next 2 due up for Laurel Highlands.
Morgan grounded to second and popped out to shortstop. His 2 opportunities now with just 1 out. Crouch over here at first. You don't want him to take too many chances to possibly get that second out.
They're back in double play depth as well in the infield.
Up for the Mustangs.
Crouch has a huge lead himself. Might see him take off. Here he goes. And there's a shot down first base. Almost caught Coach Smith as a rocket down first base, foul.
Another good cut, though, from Romari Morgan.
Yes, it was. So Morgan now facing an 0-1 count. Crouch on at first again. Might see Craig throw over this time. Tried to fake to third and throw over to first, but everyone back safely.
Try to get yourself maybe in a run down here to get a run across, Gary, from Crouch.
Yeah, I don't know that Albert Gallatin will throw through. I'm sure he's going to take off, no doubt. And there's a ground ball to first, and could be a play at home on in time, as scoring will be Aiden Milsom on the fielder's choice by Romari Morgan. The ball was a 3-hopper to first baseman Caden Brady, and he tried to make the play at home, which would have required a tag. And scooting in there for the first run of the game and the RBI for Romari Morgan is Aiden Milsom.
Morgan now 14 RBIs on the season for the Mustangs. They put themselves in a great spot now, Gary, because we go to the top of the 7th with Albert Gallatin down to their final 3 outs.
Just 1 out here as Vecchiola will look at ball 1 on the outside part of the plate.
We'll try to get a little bit of insurance, especially with some darker skies out in the distance.
Got courtesy runner that came on for the Mustangs.
Braden Fowler.
1-0 pitch. There's a rocket down the third base line. Foul. And as you said, Vecchiola just puts the bat on the ball with some power, just has not been able to find grass throughout the entire season. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt and going to take off again. And in there safely at third is Crouch, and also taking the opportunity to move up to second is Fowler. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Vecchiola. Opportunity for him with just 1 out and a 2-1 count.
Look at Gary, 2 games in a row now, the Mustangs with some late inning heroics. 5 in the top of the 7th yesterday and a big run here in the bottom of the 6th today.
There's a swing and a miss for 2-2. The Vecchiola needs to put this in play somewhere as the Colonials bring the infield in again. Here's a pitch, fouled off. Staying alive there was Vecchiola on a pitch that probably was out of the zone.
You got your run, but you'd love a little insurance as well.
2-2 remains the count. Runners on second and third, just 1 out. Craig to Vecchiola. There's a rocket into left field. He found grass this time. They're going to send the runner. Here's a throw to the plate, and he is out. Wow.
But you did get 1 run across, though, Gary.
They did from third base, Crouch scoring, but trying to score from second was Fowler, the courtesy runner. Nice throw from the left fielder, Caden Perez, nails Fowler at the plate. But that does plate the second run for the Mustangs. And an RBI single for Sevi Vecchiola went to second on the throw, so he's now in scoring position for Noah Lyon.
Vecchiola coming alive this afternoon, 2 for 3 now, the double and an RBI.
Lyon swinging a miss at that first offering from Craig.
And for Albert Gallatin, as we move to the top of the 7th, it'll be Caden Perez, Mason Usher, and Ben Lilly due up. Hitters 4, 5, and 6, with the Mustangs leading by at least 2 going to that top of the 7th.
Swing and a miss at the second pitch by Lyon, 0-2. So Craig still working efficiently, but the Mustangs able to push across 2 here in the top and the bottom of the 6th. Pretty good lead out there for Vecchiola. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Lyon. That's in the dirt, and that's going to allow Vecchiola to trot down to third base.
The Lyon hit back in the second inning, 400 average coming into this game. Homer and 6 RBIs.
Again, needs to get the ball in play somewhere.
Count 1-2 here.
Craig with the signal, working from the stretch. Here's a pitch. There's a looper right at the shortstop, Clay Smith, for the final out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs are able to push across 2 runs to take the lead at 2-0 as we go to the top half of the 7th inning here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
Moving down to the top of the 7th inning, we're down to our final 3 outs here for Albert Gallatin with skies darkening.
And they're going to call the teams off the field with the lightning out in the horizon.
Wow.
That means at least a half-hour delay, Brian.
Yeah, and that's definitely north of us, but they still saw it in the distance. So we thought we were going to get out of here quick, Gary, down to the final 3 outs in the top of the 7th, some lightning in the distance, and that's going to delay things here again at Mustang Field.
There's no way they can get back out there till 6:39, a half-hour mandatory delay by rule. And Coach Smith is, I don't know, we wish we would have had it. If you would have had a
could have got that field done a little bit quicker there.
If Burns would have fixed the field quicker, we'd have been out there.
So we'll send it back to the studio.
There's some more lightning. I just saw it again, so that adds another 2 minutes.
Wow. Still 6:09. So won't add much. Yeah. But nonetheless, we'll send it back to the studio, and we'll rejoin you when this game resumes. We'll actually head into Pirates pregame at 6:20. We'll keep our video feed up. And if we resume here today, we'll rejoin you on the radio side as well for the final 3 outs. So it's 2-0. Laurel Highlands over Albert Gallatin. We'll keep this YouTube Live feed up, and we'll check in again with Nick if we're going to resume here. He'll have Pirates baseball coming up at 6:20. We'll keep you posted on the resumption of this game. See Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service.
Again, for the folks joining us here on the video stream, we actually did get confirmation if this game is not resumed tonight, it would be considered an official game. NFHS rules once 5 innings or 4.5 if the home team leads are considered complete if the game is considered officially called by the umpire. So something to keep in mind. They won't come back tomorrow, Gary, with the way the game stands right now. If you want to put on your headphones here for the folks still on the video side during this suspension.
You're exactly right. And looking at the high school rules, that 4.5 inning if you had that, and we're seeing more lightning, so it's possible that it could be called, even though it's not raining.
The umpires over there talking to Tony Watson, Albert Gallatin's head coach. We still had some flashes here today, and of course, you figure sunset just before 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, let's take a look at the radar, see what that's telling us.
I'm sure for Albert Gallatin, as more lightning flashes out there in the district.
That just adds more time.
Yes, you're looking at 6:46 now. And I think you might be close here, Gary, to seeing this game possibly called here, especially if you have some weather moving in.
It looks like the rain is going to hit us in about 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll keep the folks posted. We'll keep the live stream up. And we'll let you know what's going on. Suspended game. Laurel Highlands leading Albert Gallatin 2-0, top of the 7th. CR Product Group High School Sports Day. Brian Moroza and Gary Frankhauser again here on our live stream. I think we're going to get a called game here, Gary.
That's exactly right. They have the teams lining up, and with the radar that we see, the lightning continuing, the umpires are taking no chance here, and it's going to be a complete game.
So we do have a final score. Carl, you can post it. 2-0 Mustangs over the Albert Gallatin Colonials. We're going to actually rejoin on the radio side here as well for a quick recap of the final score of this game as well. So stay tuned here on WMBS.
The game is being called a final after 6 innings. Laurel Highlands 2, Albert Gallatin 0. On behalf of
WMBS.
Hey, can we do a quick recap on the air here?
This evening.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Stand by.
Be careful, get into your car.
There have been a few teams that have hit better than them. They're second in runs per game.
And we are back here as the Pirates also in a rain delay situation. Wrapping things up from Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, where the Laurel Highlands Mustangs in a 6-inning final have knocked off the Albert Gallatin Colonials by a score of 2-0. We had some lightning continuing, Gary, out there in the distance. So the officials about a minute ago calling this game a final after 6 innings. Laurel Highlands will win it over Albert Gallatin by a score of 2-0. And Gary, you have our game recap.
I do, and the Mustangs coming up with those 2 runs in the top half of the 6th inning. Timing is everything. And looking at the RBI situation, Ramari Morgan with a fielder's choice ground ball to first base that allowed Aiden Milsom to score. And then Sevi Vecchiola coming up with his second hit of the game. 2 for 3 for Sevi Vecchiola for that RBI. Those are the 2 runs that scored for the Mustangs. The Mustangs had 5 hits. They did not commit an error. They did leave 3 men on base for that 6 innings that did play. And Billy Craig deserves a lot of credit. The pitcher for Albert Gallatin just really threw strikes the entire game and had an outstanding outing in a losing cause. But looking at the Albert Gallatin side of the ledger, they only had 2 hits, and they did leave 4 men on base. Had a couple opportunities that they ran themselves out of with double plays for the Mustangs and some caught stealing opportunities. So the Mustangs will get the win in 6 innings, game being called because of the lightning and the threatening skies that are over Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands.
Our next broadcast comes your way coming up on Monday at 7 o'clock. Laurel Highlands on the road at West Mifflin. High school softball on Friday. Laurel Highlands at Bell Vernon from Hutchinson Field in Hopwood. Well, Gary, we're going to get out of here before the weather hits. I have to thank Gary Frankhauser, Carl Childs, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. This is Brian Morozek saying have yourselves a pleasant good evening. Mustangs win it 2-0. So long, everybody.